Alright. This is No Drinking in the Library.
Yes. Yes.
We've got player number 2 here.
Hi.
Introduce yourself.
I'm Jessica, and I work at Maynardville Public Library.
But what is your blog?
My blog is Jess's Semi-Sublime Thoughts. Yes, I had a band moment on there. It talks about books, movies, comics, anything that catches my fancy, because I'm random like that.
Random is what we like, though, here on No Drinking on the Library.
We do.
So, a little inside joke real quick to start us off. You guys know that I like to, pre-game a little bit to get ready for the show. That being said, I lost my little sign placard that I've been floating around and misspelled it, but turned into part of the joke. So it turned into library instead of just library.
Yeah, which is way more fun.
It is way more fun. So
and easier to say if you've had too many glasses of wine.
That being said, since she's already said she's a librarian, like a legit librarian, instead of just like on your email address, not that I know what you're talking about here. That being said, now that she's an actual legit librarian, she knows there's no drinking in the library.
No, they frown upon that.
Yeah. We're not
because librarians would drink in the library if they could.
And they probably do in their little sippy cups, but you never know.
Nope, we just say it's coffee or tea.
Yeah. That being said, no drinking in the library, and that's why we drink not at home, but at this beautiful winery, Seven Springs.
The winery at Seven Springs Farm.
Mm-hmm. Delicious. So that being said, there's no drinking in the library. That's why we drink at the winery.
That's right. Cheers.
And I gotta cut it.
Okay.
We're with the winery at Seven Springs Farm. They have all these really awesome events. If you're a local person,
or if you're traveling to Knoxville, it's just a hop, skipper, and a jump.
Yeah, if you'd like to go on an adventure, play a little Baggins moment. We were talking about The Hobbit earlier. We're both big bookworms, in case you haven't noticed. We're actually drinking this delicious Moscato. I'm really snobby about wine. They've got amazing wine here.
Like, all really their wines are amazing. I didn't have one I haven't liked.
That's actually true. And their sweets aren't too sweet. Everything's got a very delicate balance. You were saying something earlier about marriage and baby carriages.
Marriage and baby carriages? It's a marriage of flavors. Kind of like when you cook a really good dish. Because baby carriages kind of scare me. I'm afraid they're going to have like a Ghostbuster moment.
We'll just go food.
Ghostbuster moment in the middle of the road. Sorry. Just watched Ghostbusters 2.
You should watch the new one.
No, I watched the old.
The number 2 too.
Yeah, number 2. When Oscar goes out into the middle of the street and just stops.
That's awesome.
So yeah,
I have actually just watched Ghostbusters 1 and 2 within the last year. I'm 33 years old.
Yeah.
And I'm a huge geek. So, I almost felt like I had to show my geek card if I didn't watch them soon.
See, I had to watch them with my nephew because I'm trying to train him. It's hard work. He's 9. So much work.
Work's cut out for us geek people.
Mm-hmm.
You guys know that. All that being said, part of being a bookworm, like a well-rounded bookworm.
That's right.
Is reading books with pictures.
I love books with pictures.
Now, for her, she could be in the children's section of the library and it not be a bad thing all the time. Me, an adult, creeping in the kids' library all the time is going to be a little weird at some point.
Yeah, kind of like me going to Disney movies. That's why I go to the midnight showings.
Right. Yeah, it's a little awkward at a certain point, at a certain age.
Yeah.
So we start to turn into comic book geeks. So we've been reading Coffin Hill, Nirvana comic books in Knoxville.
It's in Knoxville. It's out west off Kingston Pike somewhere.
I don't know. I haven't been to it yet.
I haven't been to it either, but
we know so much about it because they do a monthly ladies' night only Comic Book Club book club.
Yes, and we're super excited. We've been stalking them on Facebook. So,
Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
But it's okay, because we're really excited.
It's a good kind of stalking. It's not that I'm creepy and gonna sneak in your house.
We share it a lot. We've got some friends. We've got mutual friends and our own friends who've gone to this, have had such a good time.
Yes.
It's such a welcoming atmosphere.
And it's good for all ages. So if you do have a little geek that you want to introduce and you're like, oh, I don't know, because some comic book stores, they have the really adult comics near the front. This is actually really welcoming to them.
The comic book shop.
Yeah, the comic book
Ladies
shop.
Night Book Club is kind of an adult or mature theme.
Yes.
Because one of their first picks, I'm not sure if it was the first meeting or the second meeting. I think they're on meeting 5 or 6 now at this point. It's July 17th, by the way.
It is.
But one of their picks was Coffin Hill.
Yes.
And
it was their third pick for the month. They did Monstrous, then they did Bitch Planet, and Coffin Hill was the third. So we're on the 4th book. It'll be the 5th meeting. And it's a Vertigo comic, which is one of my favorite companies, because I like the...
Vertigo's always a little bit darker.
Yeah. And I like Vertigo, Dark Horse.
They've always got more of the supernatural. Dark Horse, another one of the great ones.
Yeah, and Dark Horse...
They're not afraid to take a chance and risk some supernatural shit.
It is the adult side of comics, where DC and Marvel do, while they have adult themes in them, will go back to more of a child-friendly due to the comic book code and all that stuff during the 50s, which we don't have time to talk about.
Not on this segment.
No,
maybe another time.
But also a big feature of the comic book club is it is comics written by women. So even if they're not the main character in the comic, which most of them have been, it is written by women. And this is Kathleen Kittredge for Coffin Hill. She wrote all of the installments.
So this is episodes.
Episodes. It's kind of
issue 1 through 20 in 3 different volumes. These are called paperbacks.
Yeah, trade paperbacks.
Series. So whenever somebody uses some slang, like I got some tradesman.
Yeah,
this is what they're talking about.
Trade paperback.
I didn't know what people were talking about for the longest time.
I'm hardcore. I've got some hardbacks, as she can attest.
It's true. I don't know if you all saw my post on my Facebook page, but I have a huge stack of graphic novels and comic book compendiums and trades that she let me borrow.
Yeah, maybe another time we'll do Sinfest, because that one is
oh my gosh, we'll
epic.
have to talk about that one too.
Webcomic, because I like to have a well-rounded geekiness going on there.
And a well-rounded bookworm.
Yes.
And that's why comic books are so important, because you can actually talk about major social issues. You can talk about something that's just fun and exciting. You can do horror. You can do all the genres.
Exactly. I mean, not only is Kathleen Kittredge really good, Joe Hill got his start in comics before he went and transitioned to actual novels. And
is the illustrator Anaki Miranda?
Yeah, okay. Anaki Miranda is the illustrator on this, because for those who don't know, the illustrator and
is that not amazing?
That she does amazing artwork. And this probably my favorite visually of the ones they have done is Monstrous. It was an amazing Art Deco style. This is a more gritty style, it just feels more punk to me than the Art Deco, which Monstrous had.
Well, and the first volume is issues 1 through 7, and it's called Forest of the Night. And then we've got the issues 8 through 14?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
8 through 14, and that's Dark Endeavors. And then I actually haven't read the final one, The Haunted Houses.
Oh, it's so good. It just
came out recently?
It did not come out recently, but I just recently got it.
That's it. So it just came out to us recently.
Yeah, it just came to us recently, and I absolutely love this series. It is one of probably my favorite series we've done so far. I'm going to continue with my Monstrous also.
I mean, the art on the back is amazing.
Yeah.
And I actually read Monstrous as well, and it's so good.
It is so good.
The art in that one, it's different.
It's an
really
Art
different,
Deco
but it is
style.
gorgeous.
Yeah, because they were talking about that. Because the great thing about trade paperbacks too is you have all the alternate covers, which I like.
You have some the variants. You have the variants. You have sketches. You have some character development.
Yeah, and you'll actually get to hear what in the third one, it has a whole nice...
So Coffin Hill, the reason I like Coffin Hill is she's inked.
Yeah.
I don't know if you noticed or not, but I'm a little inked. And so, like, it shows you the full tattoos.
Yeah.
Like, it shows you her sleeves, her back piece, and everything. It's really cool.
Yeah, and on the third one, it does have the afterword by the author, which she goes over some points and stuff, and her journey, her journey writing the comic, because what you take away from it can be completely different, and that's the great thing about graphic novels.
And not just graphic novels, but art, period.
Yeah.
Like, what you get from it is what you have already experienced, what you've known, how it hits you.
Yeah, I mean, there are so many different things in art, music, literature that you can just take away from it, and you can use it to deal with different stuff in your life, which I think is why I am so...
Speaking of dealing with life, let's talk about Eve Coffin and how she deals with life.
Yeah, yeah.
So Eve Coffin is, well, this chick.
And
this chick and...
this chick.
That chick. And I'm the one in jail.
Yep.
So, like, in my world, she's currently in jail.
Yeah, in your world, she's currently in jail. In this one, she does get out of jail.
The first one is like, it's a supernatural. It's got a cop element to it. She's a wayward witch, a wayward goth kid.
Yeah,
who tried to straighten her ways, escape town, escape her family, escape her name, her bloodline. Yeah,
because it's a lot of what she's dealing with, and you get a lot of flashbacks in that one, which are done really well, because they can be done really badly, as we all know, being sci-fi.
Now, it does have an interesting layout.
It does.
So just pay attention to the bold black lines that separate. I mean, like, typically you have different layouts in all comic book series. If you had the same layout, six or seven panels per page, it'd be a little boring. But this one kind of, be aware.
Yeah,
because it does jump around and use a little bit more unique.
It does,
layout.
and but the really good thing is, even if you go the wrong way with the layout,
so like here's it, and then you have to turn,
and then you're like, oh wow. But it's actually dealing with a lot of things in really different elements. Like,
well, it goes with the story.
It does. It goes
like
completely.
The weird layout totally matches the magic and the underlying current and darkness.
Because this is not a fun, happy rainbows kittens book.
This is a
horror comic of the best kind of way.
The art alone is beautiful.
It is. It's amazing art, and you can see the different stages in her life. Definitely. Like, if she's got the pink hair in here, she's back in her teen years.
Exactly.
As opposed to the black or
the after eye.
Yeah.
I won't go into any spoilers there, but her eye is badass.
Yeah. And, I mean, the artwork is just amazingly, occasionally grotesque. But it's in the best. It's in the best possible way, and it goes with the style of the comic book.
Now this one, the second volume, reads very much like a crime drama.
Yeah, it has more.
It's got a different pace.
It's got a much different pace. It does not have as much as the supernatural in it, but that's because she's trying to.
But it's a lot of gumshoeing. Hi. They knew we were filming today. They wanted to say hi.
They did. They did.
We paid them extra to come by and say toot toot.
Yeah. It's because she's trying to run away from what she is.
Yeah, so you really do see a development of character. So you see this badass, a lot of this punkish, goth, dark witch. I mean, she she comes from a very powerful line that goes back to Salem.
Yeah.
And even further, really. So, like, you see this kid that's, like, an angsty witch. And then in this one, you see the development and the aftermath of that childhood and those formative years.
And, I mean, it's...
and her trying to, like, make peace with what she did.
Yeah, and
she says she's different.
But
she says she's not any different, but she is. You know,
she is different.
She's changed.
And it's not... it's her changing and trying to become her own person. Mm-hmm. Because in the first one, she's acting out against what is expected of her. And in this one, she's trying to find her place. And in this one, she's kind of accepted herself. And you haven't read this one. It's so good.
Spoilers.
It's so good. It is very much brings all... Not all, because, you know...
You've got to channel your inner river song right now.
Yeah.
And don't spoil it.
No spoilers. But it does tie up loose ends that you didn't know you had. And
or loose tentacles.
Yes, or loose tentacles. And there's a lot... It goes back to while she accepts her inner badass and accepts what she is more, and she's grown as a person in this one, and you really feel like worried in parts of it because it does go back. It does a great marriage between the first one and the second one, and
I'm excited.
The drama of what she's dealing with and the magic because it's a lot more external because she's accepted what she is, and she's more ready in her skin. But there are flashbacks in this one too, FYI. Not as many in the second one.
Okay. Well, that makes me super excited.
You should be.
I can't wait to finish reading Haunted Houses, but what you really need to do is go out and get Forest of the Night.
And do it from your local, if you can.
Yeah, your local comic book shop. If you're in our area, Nerdvana Comics, Nerdvana. So not Nirvana, but Nerdvana Comics in Knoxville. Their Facebook page is Nerdvana Comics. No, Nerdvana Comics Knoxville.
Yes.
Yeah. It actually has Knoxville in it. And then where are some other places in Knox area? Snake Eyes?
There's Snake Eyes. There's one off Chapman that is a real little place, but I can't remember what it's called.
Yeah.
Just go out and to your community because really...
Where do you have your local pull list?
Yeah, I mean, and if they're anything like our comic book places around here...
I don't know. Nirvana Comics is really like trying to... Sci-Fi City?
Yes.
That's in Knoxville. They've got a huge game selection as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, seriously, check them out because whenever you go to your local comic book shop and support them, you're putting money in the pockets of somebody you know and somebody who benefits. And like it pays for their kids' braces and like their food that week.
Yeah, which is why we really are excited about being able to film here at the winery because it is local, and they put money into all sorts of community things.
We buy our wine. This isn't like we're not paid to be here or anything like that. We were just trying to think of how can we support our community and have a drink
at the same time.
So that being said, seriously, support your local artists, support your local comic book person. I don't know if we know any comic book people here, but we do have a local horror novelist who is Michael David Anderson, and he's no stranger to our show. He's been on our show before. He's getting ready to release a special limited edition hardcover of Teddy.
Yes, I heard about that. I was so super excited.
I'm pretty excited about that. It's weird because we didn't know each other for many, many years, but she knows Michael David Anderson. I know Michael David Anderson. We both have been in a lot of the same geeky communities.
Yeah, and it was like
Creature Seeker.
I feel like we were like
we're
ships
meant to be
in the night. We were passing each other, and now we've met. And we're going to have some awesome times.
She is going to be a player too for some time. So I'd like to introduce Miss Jess.
Yes.
And maybe she'll come up with a cool little catch name like Darth Crow.
Yeah, I don't know if I can be that cool. It is.
But that being said, I'm absolutely thrilled that she's going to join us on our show. So we're going to be doing a few things a little different on No Drinking in the Library. You're still going to have our fucking hype segment.
Yeah.
Hype.
Hype.
Segment. We did a wine tasting. You're going to see about it all on the blog.
Yes, all on the blog.
Yeah. But so we're gonna do this thing, and we're going to do our hype. We're gonna do a book review. We're gonna meet your local author. So if you are an author and you want us to review your book, let us know. You can see us on YouTube. You can see me on Darth Crow on Instagram. Jess
Jess's Semi-sublime Thoughts.
Okay.
Which is everything. Facebook page,
Pop culture,
website,
movies,
Instagram. I do have an Instagram.
local authors.
Mhm.
So we'll do all that stuff. You can check us on our website, which is a darthcrow.wixit.nodrinkinglibrary, but that's just crap to remember. So just go to our Facebook page and look at the pin post at the top.
Yes. Pin posted at the top are very important.
Yeah. So that being said, thank you so much for joining us for Coffin Hill by Kittredge, or Kathleen Kittredge. I don't know, but it's hip, sexy, and scary.
It is.
With a dark, mysterious story and beautiful artwork.
And Vertigo.
Vertigo is a badass. Vertigo and Dark Horse.
Yeah. Favorites.
What's your favorite comic book series?
Yeah.
I was pulling a little bit of a Joker theme today when I wore my
Purple
my
and
Anarchy
green.
Artist in purple and green. And what are you wearing?
I am wearing, he was my captain before he was your castle, which is a Firefly reference.
Which off camera we were talking about how when we do our graphic novels and comic book series, we're not just going to do women empowered ones, and that's great, and I appreciate that Nerdvana is doing that, but we wanted to add an extra element because Joss Whedon is our king.
He is.
He supports women like nobody else. And Picard, what is his real name? What's his real name?
I can't remember.
Sir Patrick
Stewart.
Yes.
Patrick Stewart.
Okay, so like huge feminist.
Yeah, huge. And
We love
animal
men.
lover.
We love men. We love equality.
Did you see?
And like treat each other
Did
respect.
you see
and
the
everything.
puppy? The puppy. He got his first pit bull puppy.
I've not seen the puppy, but we're gonna check out the puppy.
Yeah.
And we'll find the puppy and put it on the Facebook page.
Yes, we will.
All right. So there's no drinking in the library. That's why we drink at home or at wineries.
That are super cool.
So cheers, player 1, player 2. We'll see you next time.